Hey everybody, it's Chef Dizzy here from Junkyard Dogs. I am here with Yulina from Big Little Life Animal Rescue, and we're here to talk about her charity and the donation that we've made to their organization. I just wanted to come here and visit her personally because she's also in Philadelphia and hear from her directly about the work that her organization is doing, the people behind it, and the condition that the dogs are in, and also like how impactful every single one of our dollars is. So I'm here with Yulina. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for coming. I enjoyed so much.
Yeah.
And plus, I saw Shadow, which was one of our adopted dog that Mike adopted a year ago, and she looked beautiful. I enjoy my time. He made my day today.
Yeah. Well, honestly, if it wasn't for you, Yulina, I would have never had a dog. When I was trying to adopt a dog, we put in so many applications to so many different places, but it wasn't until Yulina came across our application and she was willing to come interview us personally that we were finally able to get a puppy, and so that was really amazing, and it's been life-changing for me. So it's been really fantastic to be able to bring Junkyard Dogs and the success and everything we've been doing there to give back to her organization. And so Yulina, what can you tell everybody a little bit about
Sure.
Big Little Life?
Sure. Well, I am not. It's not my organization, and I'm actually. It's a group of women who are based in Boston, but we have a couple sites that are located in Philadelphia and New York and Connecticut area. It's about 10 women who are all working on volunteer basis. We all professionals. We all have our jobs, and we're doing it in spare time. We do have a veterinarian in our group. We do have CPAs. We have computer programmers. We have psychologists, and all women are working tirelessly to save dog internationally. And we really, we're a very small group still, but and who basically rely on a donation of a generous group like yours who gave us a chance. And what we do, we usually somebody, like let's say in Russia, would find we found a pack of puppies, about 8 little puppies, and we were contacted to help that.
When you find these puppies, like what kind of condition are they in? Where are they living?
Well, first of all, they live outside and they live near a highway. And unfortunately, while we were in the process of finding them placement, one of puppies was killed by a car. And they are in very poor shape because they emaciated. We have to treat them, deworm them. Of course, they need some rabies shots, and everybody has to be checked. Fortunately enough, we didn't get them when they have parvovirus, which is good. Very, very difficult because it kills lots of puppies in childhood. They were free of that, so they were in poor shape, but luckily we found them at the right time. And thanks to your donations, now all those 7 puppies are in safe place and they've been checked. Everybody's in good health. We vaccinated them further. We dewormed them some more, and they are being in isolation right now. But as soon as second shot will take over, we'll place them in our shelter that is in a city called Yaroslav, near Moscow, about 150 miles away from Russia. And they're going to live there until they go through all the shots. And after, they're going to be in safe place. They're going to be, Russian winter is brutal. It's killing so many livestock outside because it could be
so cold. How cold does it get?
Well, it's minus 45 Celsius. How much is in Fahrenheit?
I don't even know. I've never even had to ask that question before. So
it's so cold that when you go outside and start breathing, your whole face, all facial hair, becoming like white.
Oh wow!
You're covered in frozen pieces of icicles, and it's just it's very, very cold. And animals, of course, they are dying in these conditions. So now they're going to be safe, and they're going to be in a warm place, safe, fed, taken care medically, and socialized, because dogs need to be socialized.
Absolutely.
They're dogs, and they need to be with people. They need to learn that to trust people, because unfortunately a lot of them come from such a humble beginning, and they don't see much human life and human attention. So in the end, when they reach certain age and be finished with all the vaccinations, we'll start looking for homes for them. And because of the ban regulation of American CDC, most of the dogs used to come here to the United States. And but now, since American CDC organization put ban on most little countries, Russian dogs are not coming here anymore.
Yeah. So if you didn't catch that, basically there's an import ban on all dogs from over 108. I think it's 108 different countries. It's not just Russia, and because of falsified vaccination papers, and it's been really difficult. All right, everybody, it's Chef Dizzy with Yulina again. My phone overheated while we were outside, so we have relocated back into her dining room to continue this interview. So, Yulina, I wanted to continue the conversation by asking you, what is basically the situation in rural Russia where you guys are rescuing these dogs? And how does the government handle that? And can you just kind of paint the picture for us a little bit?
It's actually not just in rural Russia, it's all over in Russia,
in
all cities, big and small. And for example, Sochi, Olympic Games, the reason they were trying to get rid of stray dogs, they were shooting them. And it's a famous story. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's a famous story that one of the American snowboarders, he saw the dog on the street that was bleeding and was dead, and there were her puppies still feeding.
Oh my gosh!
And he was so upset and so taken by that he took all those puppies and brought them to the United States. So this is how this movement started, probably.
I see.
But government doesn't do anything. Their best way to approach overpopulation of stray dogs is just shooting them or give them poison them on the streets. A lot of times it's done right in front of citizens, and children see it. So it's their example of humanity. So so this is how it is. Lots of volunteers in Russia there's still so many people who are very much feeling so awful about this situation, and they are saving the dogs, taking them from the street, not only dogs but cats, and saving them from the street and bringing them to shelters, giving them food, giving them love and warmth. Of course, speaking of rural area, lots of those facilities are not in the city but outside of the big cities, and people there are usually not very financially funded, because Russian people overall, it's just in the big cities, they're a better lifestyle. But in rural Russia, people live very poorly. Sometimes they don't have enough money for food. So they actually turn to organizations like us, and we picking up whatever they are not able to handle, and we sending them money for medical expenses, for food, for all different kind of care that needed for dogs, for their socialization. We actually, because of this reason, we bought a land in rural Russia, Yaroslav, where we erected a couple buildings, and then we built more buildings, and it all thanks for donations that were done prior. And now with your donations, guys, we're so really we're able to do lots of works on our in our shelter, because there's a huge problem. It's a sewer was exploded, bursted, and now we have all that stuff on our territory. We have to clean it. Government again doesn't want to step their foot in it, so we have to do it on our own, and it's going to be pretty hefty. And again, guys, thank you for your donations. Thanks to you, thanks to people like you are, where we would be able to do lots with the money that you gave us. And
that's actually a great time to segue. I saw on your website that every dollar donated to your cause goes directly to the dogs. Nobody's taking a salary in Big Little Life.
Nothing. We all are professionals. We're all making money. Like, we're working full time, and some of us part time. Lots of people have businesses. We do have professional people in this organization, and nobody taking a dime out of it. And actually, thank God my husband is not home. I'll tell you that this profit that I'm making at flea markets, half of it I donate to our organization.
That is so funny.
We spending our money also. We invest in lots in this. So when some investors come along and help us, it's so highly appreciated, because we are cleaning up sometimes our bank accounts. We do not pay anybody. Everything done on volunteer basis. People driving dogs around, we're meeting them from airport, we're sheltering them, we're sending money to different organizations all over the world. We're helping the dogs, and everything done on a volunteer basis. Nobody's paid for that. So when you donating money to our organization, you absolutely 100% sure that you're donating everything to the dogs, because we don't have any paper trail, we don't pay anybody, we don't have any administrative fees, nothing. Everything is going to the dogs. Everything going to needed dogs everywhere. Not only in Russia, we're actually saving Korean dogs now.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Amazing. So, Yulina, can you tell me a little bit more about the facility that you guys have in Yugoslav? What's the name?
Yaroslav.
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 Yes.
It's about 150 miles away from Moscow. It's a God-forbidden place. We're located near a village that actually our sewage problem. It's not only our shelter problem, it's also village, people who lives in village, it's also their problem. But the government still, they say that they don't want to do anything with that.
How big is the shelter?
Well, the shelter is about, I would say probably about it's hard for me to say in
English.
I would say in English, like metric system.
Use kilometers. That's fine.
Well, I would say about 1 kilometer.
Okay.
But it's not only our property. We do have some ground around it that also like free to grab. We're renting it now, but we can expand as much as we could, because it's basically located in open space.
I see.
And we rent some of the ground that is closer to our facility, so nobody would build there and do anything around us, but we can actually expand.
Oh, wow.
And we are planning to expand our facility. We want to build more little homes for dogs, and just to mention about
the little homes for dogs. I mean, you're not talking about little cages, right?
No.
Yeah, tell me what kind of.
Well, it's usually like it's made out of wood, and it's like they almost remind me of a small like. Little houses in mountains.
Oh, interesting.
Cabins,
Little cabins.
Cabins.
Cute.
Yeah,
Cute.
It has a couple rooms inside. We put wood floor, and then on the top of it we put some dry
straw or something.
Yeah, straw, and there's actually windows inside. So they're not completely enclosed. If it's cold, they can go further inside the cabin.
I see.
And it's warmer there. If it's summertime, they can be closer to the windows, open area. No, it's not at all look like cages.
I see.
It's,
nice.
And the whole sanctuary, it's enclosed. It has fans. So during the day, they basically run free
Okay.
on the territory, and they being fed outside. Little puppies fed inside of the buildings, but older dogs, we're letting them out, and they fed outside, and they interact with one another, and they have such a great time because we also provide them with toys and trying to socialize them. And as I said, if we're planning to expand it more, we would like to have more housing for dogs that we would like, that would be even more winterized, that we would have heating system there, electricity, because we do have, unfortunately, lately, and because we're not able to ship dogs to United States, we would have more sick and elderly dogs who would need shelter and protection. So we want to build more of houses that would be more comfortable, more suitable for sick dogs, and we're even planning to hire some medical staff that would be able to care for them. And we also decided that thanks to your donations, where you help us so much, we decided to dedicate a couple of our already existed houses to you, and we put a sign there.
Oh wow!
Junkyard dogs.
Oh, amazing! That's amazing.
So it's going to be your mark for our facility. Thank you so
that's
much.
great. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Yulina, recently, Junkyard Dogs made a $5,000 donation to your organization. Can you tell us about the impact that money had directly, and what's kind of happened with that so far?
Sure. Well, part of the money we were using on saving those 7 pups. We took them from the street. We were able to find professional catchers who were take them from the street very safe and sound, because they live near highway, and we were very afraid that they would go wrong direction. So we need some professionals.
I see.
And we brought them to the shelter. The shelter located at veterinary site. So the dogs are going to be medically examined there. They're going to be vaccinated, dewormed, and spend some quarantine time there, and then after that we will place them to our shelter.
I see.
That located in Yaroslav. It's about 150 miles away from Moscow, and this is our facility that is unfortunately not completely finished because it's constant money
Sure.
Receiving. We have to invest a lot in that every year because we have to.
So why don't you? Can you tell me a little bit about your facility?
Yes, the facility, as I said, near Yaroslav, it's hold about 55 adult dogs. We are not fully packed it yet with dogs yet, but they expecting our puppies.
I see.
And they have now 10 older unsuited dogs for families who are gonna live there for the rest of their life in the facility. Plus they have 15 dogs that we are paying for, and they're going to be fully vaccinated, and everything will be done with them, and they are going to find families. We're hoping in
So
Europe.
it's like a sanctuary
It's
and it's a shelter.
It's a sanctuary,
like where you're fostering
shelter.
dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
And the money that you guys donated are going to go for. First of all, we have this huge situation going on right now. It's a big sewage.
Like a sewage pipe burst or something like that.
Right, that was exploded, and
Sorry, the dogs are having fun off camera.
Exactly. And we're going to remove that part and fix it. We actually already hired excavator that's gonna come and take that part off, so that some of your money will go toward that and toward repair and winterized facilities and little dog houses, and for food accordingly, and for medical expenses, because those 10 dogs who are older, they need they need special food, they need special attention, they need most of them have arthritis, all kind of bone issues, and we are keeping them on special diet. We provide them with lots of nutrients and supplements and stuff like that. So there is,
Yulina,
just mention it.
Yeah.
I mean, we cannot stretch that $5,000.
Yeah, sure. Well, you said it's kind of a gift that keeps on giving, but I'm sure there's always a need for more.
Yeah, and plus I just want to reassure guys that all 100% of the money that we get in are going directly to dogs.
Yeah.
We don't have any paper trail. All people who work in for our shelter, for our organization, all of them are volunteer based, all professionals. We do have veterinarians working with us. We have computer programmers.
Yeah, sure.
CPAs, lots of people who are actually donating their time and money, and we're just trying to save as many dogs as we could.
Of course.
One life is a matter,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, definitely.
Each life is a matter. Yeah.
Yulina, do you want to tell us a little bit about the individuals who are working in Russia? Do you know? I mean, I know you know some of their names and who they are, right? I mean, why don't you just tell us about it?
Yes.
Let's give them 5 minutes of fame, right?
Right. Well, the individuals who helping us in Russia, it's people who, again, working as volunteers. We do not pay them, and basically, it's people who full-time, like donating full-time of their time to the dogs. They actually, what they do, they first of all, when they found dogs, they picking them up from streets. Some dogs are unable, we cannot bring everybody to shelter because there are thousands of dogs who are running stray. So what is done, they actually bring in foods to the sites and feeding them. We're trying to, this is another part of our work that we're doing in Russia. We're trying to get female dogs off the street and spay them, and then let them spend some time in veterinary clinic, treat them, and make sure that they're doing fine, and then we'll let them outside on the street, because most of those dogs are feral, and they are already like older, and you cannot place them in the family. So we have to let them out.
They do the same thing with the feral cats actually in Philadelphia.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But if we come across a friendly dog who actually we can see that we can rehabilitate and place in a family, we definitely keep them in the shelter. We keep them in our shelter. We actually socialize them, make sure that they're healthy, and we're trying to find houses for them. So this is, and there are so many people in there. We have girls. We have Lena, who is in charge of our shelter in Yaroslavl. We have Alena, who lives a little bit further away, who is doing lots of help to us. We have a girl who lives in Moscow. Her name is Tatiana. She is actually a great help when we shipping dogs.
Oh, really?
She spends so much time with them in airports. She's picking them up from different locations, bring them to airport, place them in cages, and she does she does an amazing job. Yeah. We have another woman named Tatiana also. She is absolutely heart and soul of our organization there in Russia. She's so warm. She actually the woman who takes care of our puppies right now. She dedicates.
She's the one who sent me the pictures, or the pictures.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
there from her?
The pictures that come in are they all from Tatiana.
I see. Thank you, Tatiana.
She's a great woman. Very warm. She saves so many dogs herself. Because we are not able to accommodate everybody.
Right.
So when they get into dogs, they not always can rely on us because we cannot pick up everything. So if she cannot get any donations and the money, she actually the person who in charge of them. She actually this summer found pups who were still blind.
Oh my gosh.
And she could not locate mom, so she became a mother for them. She nursed them from like being probably like 1 week old.
Oh wow.
And all of them survived. All of them made it. And all of them live in Europe now. Brussels, Germany, and I believe Netherlands, some
Wow.
of them, and Estonia.
Something I want to just highlight to the people watching is that this organization is so personal. You know, when they had me sign my adoption papers for Shadow, you know, I had to acknowledge that if I ever wanted to surrender Shadow for any reason, you know, I needed to contact the organization and bring them back to her. You know, Yulina personally knows the location and families of hundreds of dogs that have been resettled in the United States and abroad, and you know, she knows the names of the people working in the different in the different locations, you know, in Russia and abroad. And for me, it's just been really moving to have that personal connection with the people who are on the ground, you know, doing this really great work. And so, yeah, I'm really grateful that you could share about those people with us. Yulina, I just want to ask you if you give one message to the Junkyard dogs, you know, on behalf of Big Little Life. Go ahead. If you want to say something to them, they're all watching right now.
Well, guys, I just cannot express my gratitude, and really, it's overwhelming me how much you have been able to help us, and we're really very appreciative, and we value your help, and we are ready to give you the report on each dollar we spend, and we are constantly will update you with pictures, and you just absolutely amazing people, and we really, from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of everybody in the organization, and it's about 20 of us here in the United States. And not to mention people in Russia and our shelter in Russia, our sanctuary. We just cannot thank you enough. Thanks. You're the best.
Thank you. Anyway, that concludes everything. Me and Yulina, we're just going to finish having some coffee here. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll get you more updates about Big Little Life soon. Take care.
Thank you so much.